Hello, everybody. It's Boxing Bros UK. I am his Chris, and this is a solo. This is a solo video today about obviously Andrew couldn't make this one, and it's not a massive fight. So, like, I just wanted to cover it because I lived in Stoke-on-Trent for about 3 or 4 years, so I have a little soft spot for Nathan Heaney, and I want him to do well. And so I wanted to do a review of his fight. And just he did what he normally does: boxes, moves well, controlling the rounds. But he hasn't got, like people say, he's got a fatigue problem. I don't think it's a fatigue problem because, and he didn't get knocked down. He got knocked down. He didn't get knocked out cold. He could have continued maybe, but the writing kind of was on the wall. That Kato kid, the French geezer, this is another lesson in boxing. Never, ever underestimate your opponents. Don't look at someone and think they've got 5 losses, not many KOs. This is a knockover job. Watch Dave Allen's videos. He talks about this, where he's done that exact thing a few times. Not really trained properly, not really warmed up, and suffered in the fight for it. Because you can't judge a book by its cover, especially these countries where boxing's not big. But there's always people there where boxing's not big who love it and train hard and take it very seriously. So you just think, oh yeah, another French kid there, give him a knockover job. Look what Payne did to bloody Conor Benn in the 4-round or 5-6 round or whatever it was. So take every opponent seriously. Make sure you watch the tapes with your coaches. So as they're putting strategies down, you can relate it to each other. Do everything you need to for every fight, especially when you're not naturally gifted and you're not like a mega superstar. Like people like Nathan Heaney, even Anthony Joshua. Like, you have to put the extra work in. Like, people who are naturally talented and gifted, people like Usyk, people like Fury, people back in the day, Roberto Duran, Muhammad, them people, they don't have to try as hard as others. And you've got Evander Holyfield, just good at everything, but hard work, dedication beats talent every time. So that's just my little rant on that. But Heaney doing well, but he's got this thing with his hands. Like, as the fight goes on, they just lower, and he just can't seem. It's not. I don't think it's a fitness thing. It's a conditioning thing, where he needs to. If anyone needs a strength and conditioning coach, you can hire me at Mr. Motivation Fitness. But he needs to do, and I specialize in fighters because obviously I'm a big boxing fan. But because he's fit as a fiddle, he's still had his legs under and he's still been able to move around. It's his hands that was letting him down. Because his hands, instead of being here, they get lower, and then he's throwing them like lazy. And it might be a little bit of fatigue, but it's the conditioning. He needs to wear some wrist weights, wrist support, and he needs to spar, not heavy sparring, but spar 12 rounds or 10 rounds or whatever he does. And his coaches, every time he drops his hands, tell him, hands up, hands up, hands up. Watch the footage back. Make sure that he's ready and he's used to. Because once they take them wrist weights off, he'll be all right holding his hands up for 12 rounds. He needs to do something like that. Incorporate that kind of strength and conditioning in his camp. Because I know some people say, oh, the old school ways are the best as well. Well, you've got to get the best fighter, you've got a bit of new school with a bit of old school, mix it together. And he needs to do strength and conditioning on them hands. Because at first, 1 second. Old, 35 years old. He really needs to work on that strength and conditioning because everything else was really good. But if he just kept his hands higher and rid through them rounds where Kato was having some success, he'd have been all right. But it's a thing where he can't help it. It's not ingrained in him, and it's like, I feel like he hit his ceiling. The Bentley win, that's it. That's his ceiling. He's not, and obviously look at Denzel Bentley now, moved on to British, European level, going for world titles again. He had a rematch with Brad Pauls. He did the same thing in the first fight with Brad Pauls and in the rematch. Lowered his hand, lowered his hand, lowered his hand, and just kept getting caught. You got to protect. And another thing that he made the mistake of, these are just little errors like that he should know if he's a man of his experience and age in the boxing game. Kato pointed to the ref and went, look, gum shield's on the floor. Then Heaney looked at the gum shield, and that Kato guy, while he fucks that ear, started sticking it on him. And this is what we always tell people in boxing: protect yourselves at all times, because they might be a good sport, but you're looking at the ref and he punched you in the face and knocked you down because, like, your gum shield's on the floor until the ref says stops the fight. Keep on punching, no matter what. You can't be doing that. It's happened. We've seen it in boxing so many times. O'Hara Davies against that Scottish kid, well, whatever, I can't remember his name. when he kind of quit because he didn't protect him at all times. Ortiz against Mayweather, the ref said break. He went to touch his gloves. Mayweather hit him with a right hand, knocked him out. I think that was like Mayweather's last knockout, to be fair. Like, real one, not the stupid exhibition, crappy YouTube fight things that he's been doing. So, yeah, that's my take on it. If you're listening, Nathan Heaney, hire me as your strength and conditioning coach. I'll solve that problem. Give me 4 or 5 months. Give me like, I don't know, give me 2 months with you before you go into training camp for your next fight to solve that, and I'll work for you in your camp. And I'll make sure that you don't drop your hands like that again. That's that's my message for you. Next for him, at 35, his best win was at Benzel Bentley, British title, and he's just been beat by someone whose best win was Spike O'Sullivan, and he's lost 5 times. It's not the best. Does he really want to carry on, or does he want to do a coach? Obviously, he's got a big following, and he's a massive ticket seller. Everyone in Stoke-on-Trent, you all love him because he's a really nice guy, fun guy, and you get behind him. So if he wants to carry on fighting, all hats off to him, but he just needs to rectify that little thing, or he's just going to lose. Because all anyone's going to know is, yeah, just take him into deep waters and then start throwing the overhand rights in, and he's not going to see overhand rights in, hooks, and you'll knock him out easy, or you'll start catching him and you'll take over the fight. So apart from that, like, respect to Nathan Heaney, good performance. Just got to sort it out. Hire me, Mr. Motivation Fitness. All right, then. Like and subscribe.